now you can be a musician, not know how to write lyrics, not know how to read notes or play music, and now you don't even need to know how to sing or rap. So like, what what is it anymore? What's up, guys? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are a 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo, Banded Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. And right now, you tuned in to the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But wait,
There's more.
We need your help. We need you to like. We need you to subscribe. We need you to comment, and we need you to share this video with somebody who's a musician, a songwriter, a singer, anything like that, because their lives are being changed right now by AI. We're talking about it again, artificial intelligence, AI, because another interesting thing just happened. And I guess we can debate whether it's good or bad or pushing us forward or bringing us back. I don't know. You tell me. So you may have heard this, Jericho, I don't know. But there's an AI song called Heart on My Sleeve. Have you heard of that song or the title of that song?
I have not heard of that song.
Okay. So it is it is a song that was written by an actual person, but they used the voice replication of Drake and The Weeknd.
Okay.
So they wrote the song, they wrote the lyrics, music, everything, but they used the Drake's and Weeknd's voices to sing the song. And it sounds so much like a Drake and Weeknd song that people thought it was a song that they did. But it actually wasn't. It was just an AI version of their voices. So that's the first thing that went off. The second thing is that this song was submitted for Grammy consideration.
Oh, really?
And the CEO of the Grammys said that it is eligible to win a Grammy because a real person wrote it, but it's actually currently not eligible to win, and I'm going to tell you why at the end of this video if you stick around. All right, so let's just backtrack. First of all, what do you think about people using other people's voices to now make new songs, new music? As a musician, how do you feel about that?
In a way, it's nothing new, because in a way, to me, it's like the new version of sampling. Sampling was just take someone else's thing and put it in our thing and make it a new thing, but with a different application, of course. So now I think I don't, as just speaking from a musician, I don't like the idea, because I don't think we're trying to be replaced, but it's just like trying to make an artificial version that will be accepted. I don't like that idea at all. The people that are getting really good at it, I've heard some that are like amazing, like honestly, like songs that are, wow,
yeah,
who did that? Oh, that was a machine. And then that makes me think, oh, it's almost like they're getting really good at a new instrument. That's also sort of my thought, because I've heard people do it badly. And so it's like there is a degree of skill that comes with it, whatever prompt you got to give it or something. So I give them credit for that. And for the listener, if it gets to the point where they can't tell the difference, I don't think they really care. They just want to hear something that they like.
Right.
But I don't like the idea of people using it without letting it be known, because I think that's what someone has probably tried to do already. Check out this new song by so and so. Oh, dope! And then that person had nothing to do with it, and then they've heard it and like, when did this happen? I never did this. So I'm mixed about it, because I'm a fan of technology, And like I said, it could be seen as like sampling 2.0 in a weird way, but overall, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it.
I think I feel kind of the same way. I'm a little bit, if anything, I'm kind of on the fence. Like that's just like I don't really, because I feel like we haven't really tapped into where it's actually going. And then where I think it's personally where I think it's going, and I talk about this in my book, Being Famous, shameless plug. In the intro of that book, I'm like, well, there's because of the increase in technology, there's more musicians in the world, right? So like when
I know a lot of those people, yeah.
And I think we're at the like millennial age where we have seen like a huge transition. Like when I was taking music when I was little, a musician was someone who played an instrument. Like you had to have an instrument. And then it extended to like rappers who weren't like so much musically inclined, but they could create lyrics and do it to a beat. So they were considered musicians, and then DJs to a certain extent were considered musicians, and producers considered musicians, and a lot of that was like technology based because they didn't have to know the notes or they didn't have to know the chords. They could take a piece of this and stick it with this and stick it with that, and they created music or art or whatever. But even then, like they had at the singing level, they still needed usually someone who's trained musician who knows how to sing, knows where notes go, stuff like that. And so now I feel like this is like the final step to where like you don't need anything. Like you don't need to know how to do anything, and even with Chat GPT, you don't even have to be a great lyricist.
I've heard people write songs with Chat GPT, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good songs. Like that's a little scary too.
So now you can be a musician, not know how to write lyrics, not know how to read notes or play music, and now you don't even need to know how to sing or rap. So like, what what is it anymore? Like, what makes a musician anymore? It's just anybody can do it.
Something that's fluid. Yeah, it's something that's fluid. Anyone can do it. There's still a quality. I'm speaking hopefully, actually. There's still a quality that needs to be there. Maybe not. But it's really hard to say because the line is getting it's like the goalposts are getting moved every few technological jumps,
It's weird because you think of music as like there's two different mindsets. There's like the artistic mind and like the business mind. And it's like, I mean, I guess you can go to school for music, but it's less formulaic. There's some kind of like human creativity that is just like God given or something like that just makes you great, instead of like, okay, reading a book, page 1, move this button to here, step 2, move this to here, and then you can create a song. I mean, I guess there's still some level of creativity in doing that, but it's just the human factor just continually drops with music.
I think who's they? I feel like someone's in favor of that because the human factor is inconsistent, right? It's inconsistent. Humans cannot feel like it some days. People's voices can be off some days. And if you can get this thing that's like 100% of the time, I push the button and it happens exactly the way I want it, then I can rely on that more. And if I don't got to pay them, it's like, that's where it's going.
Yes. And that's a very good point, because I was watching another YouTube video on this, and the question is, who is the they? They is the record label. Because it's like, this is like a dream scenario for a record label where you don't have to deal with an artist who has a drug problem or like doesn't want to sing on this type of track, or voice goes out, or has drama and issues. What if you could create an artificial artist that you can just control? They put out songs when you want to, they say what you want them to say, and they cost way, way, way less.
Right.
So this, like, record companies are all over this. They want virtual artists, these artificial intelligence artists, artificial intelligence songs. Just from a business standpoint, it's like a gold mine. But going back to the beginning of our topic, from a legal standpoint, it's very much chaos right now.
I believe it.
And as I teased at the beginning of the video, there's a reason why that song, like 99% chance it will not win any kind of Grammy, because to win a Grammy, not only do you have to, a human has to write it, but it has to be commercially distributed. And that song can't be commercially distributed because people are filing lawsuits and like the distributors are taking that kind of stuff down, because it's pretty much not legal to use someone's likeness to make your own song. So the legal ramifications there have not been ironed out completely. So you just. Oh, go
what
ahead.
if it was just something that sounds like Drake and sounds like The Weeknd, and it was never advertised as this is Drake or this is The Weeknd, or that's what we're trying to do, but it's clearly evident that that's what they were going for? Do you know if that makes toes the line a little more?
I mean, at the end of the day, what they taught us in like music law, it's about what you can prove in court. But and then the issue, it's not. It crosses over from copyright. Music usually deals with copyright stuff like that.
Sure.
But this crosses over to like name and likeness. So even if you're not using their name, you might be using their likeness, and that's what like the real issue is, because if it sounds exactly like Drake, I mean it's hard to prove it's you're not using someone's likeness.
Okay. So then I guess depending on the audience, because there's a virtual artist in Japan named Miku, I believe. And she has been around for a long time. And it's AI holographic image. People go in droves to the concerts to see. And it's like, I was wondering, when is that going to happen over here? Maybe we don't have the right people that are receptive to that sort of a thing. One day, maybe.
I don't know about the concerts, but there's definitely AI artists that have like Instagram pages and all kind of stuff. I forget which label it was, but there was a major label that at least one that I heard of that had an AI artist that had like a ton of followers on Instagram, stuff like that. I don't know about concerts though.
Okay. I just don't like that. I really don't. The idea of not even just being replaced, just removing the humanity, because that's the beauty of it. That's what makes art. It shouldn't be perfect. No, nothing should be. I've heard the greatest, one of my favorite songs is this song by Ray Charles, and he's going for this note, and he doesn't even get close. And it's really, I got to find the name of it. I really like it, but that's part of what I like. When they did Light of the Doubles in the 70s with the vocals, like Marvin Gaye, and he'll do like a vocal and Got to Give It Up. And if you listen real carefully, they're just not quite together, and that rub is human. And they'll take that away. So I think that'll be missing. And that's what art really is. It's like the imperfections, the best version of our imperfections is what we deliver through art and music. And when the imperfections are taken away, then it loses it. It loses it to me.
Oh, wow. Trying to be profound on here today.
I read a book. I didn't say when, I didn't say what book, but I read one. So it's in there somewhere.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this has been another episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment about anything. Like, should this song be considered for a Grammy? Do you think this AI song will win a Grammy? Do you think we're headed in the right direction in terms of like having virtual artists? Will musicians, the idea of musicians, just expand into like whatever? There's so many questions, so many things happening right now. Leave a comment, let us know what you think. And AI is coming fast, so that's why you need to hold on to your job. Don't let them take your job. Don't let them take you. Drake and The Weeknd, they gonna sue.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs! Take our deer! Take our deer!